everyone, I'm Suzy Schaak. It is post-election day morning, and I thought this would be a really great time to lead a yoga class. Given the situation right now in our country that things are undecided, people are feeling kind of anxious and frustrated, and I know that's how I went to sleep last night, was just anxious, frustrated, wanting to control a situation that we cannot control at this point. So I thought I would lead a class in kind of a surrender, and also what came to me through my intuition last night as I was going off to sleep was what you can do is shine your light. And so I'm going to shine my light through my yoga class, and what I can do is inspire other people to share that same message. Shine your light, give off a sense of peace and love and warmth, and anything that you can do to just be of service to others right now would be just perfect, and will shift the energy of what's happening right now and help us feel more in control of something. We can control how we are going to react to the situation. So today's class is going to be a lot of heart opening and just kind of surrender and breath work. But what I thought is that we'd end in a heart bed. So if you want to pause the video for a minute and get a couple of things, if you have a bolster, great. If you have a block, great. If you don't, you can use a pillow or a rolled up blanket. Just roll it up nice and firm. You could use another yoga mat and roll a blanket around that. But we're just going to lay one on top of the other, sit up tall, and then lay back and open our hearts for our Shavasana. So pause the video, go run and grab those elements, and then we will start. So I'm going to just lay mine over to the side and get into a nice comfortable cross-legged seat. So hopefully you found your pieces, you've restarted the video. Let's get into a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, drawing the eyelids down towards the floor, let them soften, and in the beginning, especially in the morning, let's do a little grounding. So palms facing down on the knees. And just notice internally how you're feeling today. If you are in need of certain things, if you're in need of a sense of calm, if you're in need of just movement, like getting out any sort of anxiety you may be holding on to, and lengthen out your beautiful breath, right? Take a deep, deep, sweet breath in through the nose, pausing at the top of the inhale, and a nice passive exhale out. Good. Think of it like a wave coming in through the crown of the head. You're breathing in. You're guiding that prana, that divine light, in through the body. You're pausing and holding that light within your body, and then gently releasing it out, like moving all of the congestion, anxiety, anything that you're feeling that is not in a love or above emotion. You're pushing it into the earth. And beautiful Mama Gaia receives that and just dissipates it. And then take a breath in from the crown. Fill the lungs, and starting a mantra of all is well, all is well, all is well through the body, because it is. Pause and hold it deep within, and release it out, and release it out, and release it out, and release it out, and just continue that breath. And as you're moving your prana, again, I'm just going to set an intention for all that it is not our will, to set our will aside, our ego aside, and just ask that whatever happens in this world, that it is of the best and highest good for everyone. And it may not feel that way in this moment, but maybe this is our calling to make it so. Just by sharing our light, sharing our love, and being of service to one another. So as you're continuing your breath, I just want you to visualize your connection with the people in your household, and then branch that breath off and you're connecting with people in your community. And what we're breathing in, when you're breathing in that prana, it's divine love, it's pure love, right? So you're breathing it in and you're releasing it out to yourself, your family, your community, and now connect even beyond that And throughout our practice, we're just going to increase the breath, increase that divine love, and share it with the entire world, sending peace, love, and a sense of calm. One more breath. Do an open mouth exhale this time. Just go, let it out, let it go, and let's find our child's pose. Knees to the outside edges of the mat. Big toes to touch. Get a good stretch into the hips. Sitting bones reaching down towards the heels. If you've practiced with me, you know I rock a little bit from side to side before I stretch out into my full extended child's pose. I just need to feel in a little bit. In the beginning, just let the belly be soft, right? Find some ease in your pose right now. And if you can do that throughout practice, rather than fighting yourself to find the most challenging posture today, maybe just ease into it a little bit more, finding grace. All right, now, just like a cat, I'm going to reach my fingertips long and overhead. And I also just kind of unravel my spine a little bit. I lift it up, reach it forward with the chest, and then lower it back down. Inhale, it's like the low lumbar, then the center of the spine lifts. I reach out a little bit longer with the fingertips, let it settle down. And then finally just rest the forehead. Moving into Ujjayi Pranayama, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Slight constriction in the back of the throat. You get that audible breath, that meditative breath. 2 more in your child's pose. Feel into how you can be of service to others over the next few days. What can you offer? What can you give? Shifting into tabletop, moving right into your cat spine. Opening the heart, finding cow pose. Just pause and breathe. Let the chin lift, opening up heart center. And then exhale, let the tailbone tip. Let the spine reach to the sky. Let the chin drop towards the chest. Long, even breath in. Heart shines again. Can you send a message of love and calm even to those you disagree with? Can you find just that sense of humanness? We're all here, and we all have feelings about things, very strong, passionate feelings about things. But notice that if there's conflict, it's because we're in fear, right? And others are in fear. People who disagree with us are also in fear of losing something. And the funny thing is, we have no control over it, right? It's not funny at all, in fact. But we can release that sense that we have to control it. You will find that place of ease. All right, one more cat and cow. Neutral spine. Let's thread the needle. Left arm reaches high to the sky. Good. Circle it around. Reach it high to the sky again. Opening the heart space. Sending love to your family, your friends, your community, those that you disagree with. And then sleep it through. Thread the needle. Boy, there were a couple cracks for me. Half bind if you'd like, extend the leg if you'd like. Maybe that hand wants to reach up and overhead. Nice, and let's slowly unravel. Reach it high. I like to keep the leg extended. Sadly, it's hidden by the front leg, so you can't see it, but I get just a glorious inner thigh stretch that feels really good to me, so sometimes I even sit back with the leg extended. Good, and then coming back into tabletop. Wag your tail a little bit. Loosen up the congestion that collected. For me, I felt it so strongly right through third chakra, right in my diaphragm last night, just that sense of, ugh. Things are not reconciled yet. Wag your tail, just shake out some of that. Good, let's reach right arm high, circle it around. Big, big circles, maybe in both directions. All right, stretch it high again. Keep opening, opening, opening again. How can you be of service to others? How can you send peace to others? Breathe that in, breathe it out, and then sweep it through to thread the needle on this side. And there's my leg extended. You can see what I did. Top hand can half bind. The breath means everything. The breath can move out any emotion that isn't serving you. Just fill the lungs, fill the heart space, fill the belly. Let it swirl around and just move it out, move it out, move it out until you start to feel that sense of peace and calm within. And that's what you can do. All right, staying as you are, unravel if you'd like, or like I said, I just kind of shift back. So it feels really good through my inner thighs. When I unlock my inner thighs, my hips tend to feel more loose and free as well. All right, coming back into tabletop. Wag your tail again a little bit side to side. Just loosen things up. Shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip. Okay, let's step into our high plank. Wrists, hands right under shoulders, and I'm just going to pedal it out a little bit. Pedal, pedal. It feels good even to roll out through the arches of the feet. It's funny where you notice where you hold congestion, right? And right now, for some reason, it's in the arches of my feet. Good. I think I'm processing a lot and moving a lot into the ground. All right, let's shift forward now and lower all the way to the mat. Thumbs brushing the low ribs, tops of the feet pressed down. My quadriceps are firing, my glutes are firing, my belly's pulled in. And I'm just going to lift and open into a beautiful cobra, shine your light. And then release it down again. Go back into how you can be of service, sending love to others. Inhale, shine your light. Exhale, lower down. Notice if you're feeling resistance, saying, I don't want to shine my light. What are you doing anyway? Lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Everybody needs this light right now. And lower down. Let's pull back, child's pose. Get a good exhale. Curl the toes under. First downward facing dog. Adjust your hands and feet so that you can pull those sitting bones up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. If you need some help with that, come into your plank pose, shoulders over wrists, and then bring it into downward facing dog. Pedal it out, bend the knees. Wag your tail again, maybe going onto the inside, outside arches of your feet. I do all sorts of things in my down dog. And when I'm teaching a class, it's so fun to witness how people move out their congestion in downward facing dog until they feel this sense of calm and comfort. And then just close the eyes, breathe into it. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Notice if there's any tension there. It's like you're drawing your shoulder blades up towards the sky, just locking them into place, finding that sense of stability and sense of calm. Good, let's inhale right leg high. Just pause and hold. Keep the hips square. Pretty intense stretch on the left leg, on the calf. And staying as you are, or maybe lift it a little bit higher and slowly open the hips. Let the knee draw to the sky. Let the heart space open. Good, and then square it off again. Pause and just breathe. Bring the knee to the nose. Pause and just breathe. Bring the foot forward into your low lunge, drop down to the back knee. Pause and breathe, just feel stability. We're pulling everything into the midline, so you're squeezing the glutes, you're lifting up in the Mula Bandha, you're reaching hands up and overhead, palms together in prayer position, elbows bend, heart space opens. All is well. Woo, all is well. All is well. Shine your light. Again, offer up some love. Bringing fingertips to the sky, get a little side bend with a steeple grip. Hands can stay there, or they can reach down to the mat. Right hand reaches to the mat, left hand stays high. Good, bringing belly to thigh. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull back. Deep, deep breathing, I promise, will move that congestion through. Deep, deep breathing will help you find your calm and your center again. Staying as you are if you want to take it a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale. Good, shift forward, ground the hands, front foot meets the back. Shift it forward again, lowering all the way down to the mat. Thumbs brushing the low ribs, cobra pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Heart shines, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Pull back, child's pose, get a really good Curl the toes under in your downward facing, in your child's pose. And just press out through the arches of the feet. Again, I'm just rocking a little bit. And when you're ready, finding downward facing dog. Good, left leg's gonna lift high. Pause and hold. Just breathe into it. Staying as you are, lift a little bit higher. Knee to the sky, heel to the sitting bone. Heart shines. Square it off. Knee comes to the nose. Pulls through into low lunge. Ground the back knee. Stabilize first, pulling everything in, up, fingertips rise, prayer position, elbows bend, heart space opens, breathe into your heart center. Maybe right now you need to nurture yourself a little bit before you're able to offer anything up to someone else. Perfect, just recognize that. Be kind to yourself first. Fingertips reach to the sky. Little side bend with a steeple grip. If your cup is empty, you have nothing to offer someone else. And that just amps up anxiety. Maybe you're taking this practice for that internal calm and service. Maybe this practice is your service to yourself. All right, let's slowly bring belly down to the thighs. Deep breath. Exhale, pull back. Take your time. Left hip's gonna draw back. Right hip's gonna pull forward so those hips are square. Knee can be bent or straight. It's morning, so things are a little more constricted. Muscles need a little time to hydrate and lengthen. Good, and staying as you are, or pull back, making it a little bit deeper. All is well, all is well, all is well. Good. shift forward. Ground the hands. Front foot meets the back. Shifting shoulders beyond the wrists, lower all the way down, setting up for cobra. Tops of the feet pressed down, belly's pulled in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Heart space is open. All is well. Lower down. Pull back. Beautiful child's pose. Fingertips reach up and overhead. Toes curl under in your child's pose. Just stretch through the arches of the feet. Feel the earth below the hands, spreading fingers out evenly. Pointer finger faces the front of the room, and let's lift up into our downward facing dog. Get another really good exhale. So much going on in our world right now. Just breathe through it. Breathe into it. All right, let's take it to the top of the mat. Feet are hip distance, maybe wider. Make those little adjustments, right? So maybe you're bending the knees. When you're in a forward fold, you're going to roll the weight into the balls of the feet, letting the sitting bones just kind of tip up towards the sky. Let's start just with interlacing hands in front. This class is all about feeling good, right? We're not setting goals as to all the postures that we want to attempt today. This is just about being in the moment, posture by posture by posture, playing witness to how things are feeling and allowing them to feel better, allowing the discomfort to surface, and then just using our breath to guide it. Maybe explore it. What are you afraid of? All right, release the hands, and then if you'd like, you can take a chest expansion. That feels fantastic to me. When I do a chest expansion, it not only opens up the chest and the heart and the shoulders, but I feel this beautiful little tug from my sitting bones going all the way up my spine. All the way into my shoulders again. Especially if you are sitting throughout the day, you're on Zoom calls throughout the day. This is such a glorious stretch. Just flushing the brain with blood and oxygen and letting the spine slowly unravel. Using the weight of the crown of the head and the head to just lengthen things through the neck. 2 more breaths. Life is good. In this moment, life to me feels amazing. Let the hands hang heavy. And that's all we're trying to do right now is find moments of joy that link to more moments of joy. All right, so let's ground hand or fist, or feel free to grab a block as well. Putting right hand to the center between the feet. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, slowly bending the right knee, reaching the left hand to the sky. Little twist. Notice what feels best with the block, with the fist, with the hand to the floor. It's just you right now and yourself, right? So nobody's watching. There's no competition as to if your legs are straight or bent. All right, come back to the center. Inhale. And exhale, twist. Good. Bring it back to the center. bend the knees and just bring the forearms down onto the thighs and just get the spine as long as you can. So a little tuck of the chin. Good. What if your forward fold looked like this? No stress or strain in it at all. Just really good breathing. Ground the feet, let the toes spread out evenly, and let's reverse our swan dive. Come up into Tadasana mountain pose. And then bring the hands back to heart center. Close the eyes, Samastitihi. All right, in this moment, after we did our little warm-up, just notice in the body, in the spirit, in the mind, what do you need right now? What do you need out of this practice? And what if you just offered it to yourself? All right, let's move through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, open to a baby back bend. Heart space is open. Inhale, palms to touch. And then exhale, let's move into a nice bent knee forward fold. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, step back, pause, and hold. I'm going to take a really slow chaturanga, and this could mean going all the way down to cobra pose or upward facing dog. We're going to pause and hold that as well. So if it feels better to be on the knees, take it from the knees. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower, 4 and 3 and 2. Pause and hold, 1. Inhale, open, shine the heart. Pause and breathe. Belly's pulled in firmly to support the back. It could be cobra pose here. Let the chest rise and come forward. Get the lift from the heart. Good, wherever you're at. Whether you're pulling through child's pose into down dog or right into down dog. Close your eyes. Listen. How are you feeling in this moment? Where might you be holding on to things that aren't serving you in your body? And let's tend to those. Rolling up onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Take yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, big surrendering exhale into your forward fold. Now fill the lungs as you bring it high into Tadasana mountain pose. And then open into your baby back bend. Inhale, palms to touch, steeple grip. Exhale, side body stretch. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, side body stretch. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Inhale, open, nice long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, stepping back, pause and breathe. Shifting the weight forward, lowering, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Open the heart, whether it's cobra or up dog. Good, just keep breathing in here. Downward facing dog. When I'm observing a class, a lot of people tend to rush through their upward facing dog or cobra like it's not its own posture, and I'm asking you to just hold in there and listen again to how things are feeling. If we're building strength, come to the knees. Maybe it feels better to take cobra pose. All right, let's move to the top of the mat again, rock or jump. Inhale halfway, and exhale fold. And inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, palms to touch. This time, bring the hands right behind the head, so you're bending at the elbows, right? And we're going to take a breath to lengthen, and then take a little side body bend. Rooting down evenly through both feet. You should feel this amazing stretch right through the side body, all the way up into the armpit, into the tricep. Inhale, find some length again. Exhale, side body bend to the other side. Good. Inhale back to the center. And exhale, release arms down, move into your forward fold. Open halfway lift, long spine. And ground the hands, step back. Flow, lowering 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Open, shine the heart. Good, close it off, downward facing dog. Good, let's inhale right leg high. And exhale, bring the knee to your nose. And inhale, bring it high, same thing. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. Inhale, bring it high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, high. Knee to nose, hold. Finding low lunge. Stabilize, sweep it up into full crescent lunge. Lifting up and then lowering and easing into your lunge. Good. Lift it up and lower, easing into your lunge. Good. 2 more. Lift it up and lower, easing into lunge. Good. Lift it up. Lower, hands to heart center. Shifting the weight forward. Launching off. Finding airplane with our hands to prayer, in prayer position, heart center. That was a hard one to get out. Alright, I'm slowly lowering my torso. I'm lifting the legs. Now free the hands into full airplane. And slowly step it back into crescent. Again, this isn't about a race of getting through the poses. It's about finding that groundedness and that stability so that you can explore internally what's going on with your body. So right now we're just holding crescent lunge. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Let's ground the back foot. So hips are now going to kind of shift at an angle. Reach the hands forward, interlace them behind you. Let's find Humble Warrior. The beauty with Humble Warrior is it's a surrendering posture. It's a chest open, a heart opener. If you want to surrender further, rather than do the deep heart opener, just let the hands hang heavy down to the mat, maybe drawing the shoulder underneath the knee. It's a fairly deep stretch, but if that's what your body needs right now, go right ahead. And if you're not there already, let the hands hang heavy. Torso is to the inside of the right knee. And we're slowly going to walk ourselves into Prasarita. Lifting up nice and tall, inhale, and then exhale, fold. And lifting and lowering as much as you need to. Right now I'm kind of shifting my hips from side to side. Good, hands come to the hips. Slowly come to rise. We're doing all of these things backwards. We're going to bring the heels in and the toes out. And sink into Goddess. Good. Let the thighs externally rotate. Dig into your breath. Hands to heart center. Go internal right now and just notice what you're feeling. Breathe through any stress. And let's lift into star pose. Just pause. Hands come back to heart center. opening warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Half bind or whole bind. We're listening to the body. Again, this class is not about pushing yourself to your limits unless your body's saying, I really, really need to take that bind and become even more expansive. Then go for it. Let's inhale, reverse our triangle. And exhale, Trikonasana. And for me, I'm just going to extend one arm, reach it forward. And then slowly release into full triangle. Right? Not a lot of funny business today. Just deep, deep breathing. Feeling the pose. Feeling really good in the pose. Let's bend the knee again. Extended side angle. Reverse our warrior. Get that side body bend. Pause and hold. Just release the congestion all the way up out through the fingertips. And moving into half moon. So lucky me, I have my block here. Use your block if you'd like. You can always reach all the way down into the floor. You can hover the hand for a little more challenge. Good, let's square the hips off. Find a standing split. And then step it back where we began in our beautiful crescent lunge, and then drop down to the knee. Sweeping hands up and overhead. Clasping the hands like we did when we were in Tadasana, bringing them right behind the head. Good, inhale, lift up, and exhale, open. Staying as you are, releasing hands behind you, taking that chest expansion. Gentle release, inhale, and exhale, pull the hips back. And forward, just move out the congestion back. And forward, bring it back. And forward, one more time, bring it back. And now walk the foot up and out for a runner's lunge. Get a nice good stretch through the hips. Staying as you are. If you have a bolster or a pillow, you can put it down for the forearms. Block works just as nicely under the forearms. Listening to your breath. If you're fighting the posture, you're not breathing very well, so listen to the breath. And if you need to use some props or back out of the pose, let your body be your guide here. Let your breath be your guide, right? Not your mind and your ego saying, well, I always do it this way. What feels the best to you? The only way to walk around disease is to find ease and to listen to what your body's telling you. That body wisdom. All right. You can stay as you are in a more restorative runner's lunge. I like to come up and take a little twist. So my left hand's going to ground. And I'm going to look back and see if I can see that foot. And I can, so I'm going to grab onto it and get a nice quadricep stretch on my left leg. Not necessary. And then releasing my foot, grounding my hand, Stepping back. I'm just going to shake my legs out because I'm feeling congestion in my right leg. There's a lot of business on the right side. Good, so you can flow through your vinyasa or you can just lift your hips high into down dog, which is what I did. And I'm going to circle the knee around. All right, beauties. Left leg lifts high. Knee comes to the nose. And left leg lifts high. And knee comes to the nose. 2 more times. Just move with your breath. 1 more. Knee to nose. Low lunge. Stabilize, friends. Ease it up into crescent lunge. You've arrived. Fire the glutes, like squeezing everything in. Pull up at the pelvic floor, lifting into that Uddiyana Bandha. Shoulders come back and down. Good. Let's lift and gently lower. Let's lift and gently lower. And lift and lower one more time. Lift it up and lower. Find your center. Hands come to heart center. Breathe. Just be in the pose. Isn't it nice to just hold the pose and feel like you've got some sense of groundedness over it instead of moving? All right, let's gently shift forward. Feel the groundedness in the left foot. Launching off. Right now my toes are touching. And I'm slowly going to lower the torso as I lift the leg. Torso in line with the leg. Free the hands. Beautiful. Step it back, crescent lunge. Ground the back foot. It's like a 45-degree angle. Hips are going to shift kind of over your torso's facing halfway between side and center. We're going to interlace hands behind us. Heart space opens, easing down into your humble warrior. Surrender your thoughts, surrender your feelings. Just allow things to come forward. Same thing here if you prefer not to do the chest expansion and you want to just bring the arms down. Good, and let's eventually ease the arms down, just hanging here. All is well. And then slowly walking ourselves around into Prasarita. And I'm going to turn around so that I'm facing the camera and make those adjustments. You know, do what your body is telling you it needs. So right now I'm bending the knees. And I'm just shifting my hips from side to side. And now I'm kind of accelerating that a little bit to where I'm moving that sensation into my back. But what do you need? Maybe it's just stillness. And now I'm going to shift that circling. Good. And wherever you're at, let's again find a halfway lift. This time we're going to do the twist like we did in Tadasana, where the hand is grounded to the center. Right hand will ground and left hand will reach high to the sky. Bring the left hand center, inhale. Exhale, right hand reaches to the sky. Good, coming back to center again. Hands come to hips, come to rise. Heels tick in, toes tick out. Finding your goddess. Externally rotate the thighs, knees track out towards the pinky toes. This time I'm going to bring my hands down onto my knees. Taking an inhale and exhale, chest is leading into these little bitty twists. So you're getting some really nice strengthening, as you can feel, I'm sure. But again, there's this beautiful release that happens through the low back as you're twisting. And it just kind of wraps around to the front. Nice. Couple more to each side. Coming back to center. Coming to rise in your star pose. Just give your legs a break. Feel really strong and powerful in star. Good, and open to warrior two. To the top of the mat. Good, let's inhale, reverse your warrior, and exhale, extended side angle. So feel free, half or whole bind, whatever is in your practice and feels good to you today. I did just a half bind. I want my whole front body nice and open. And then inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, Trikonasana, and again, I started with just arm extended. This feels really good to me. It's a nice strengthening through the obliques. And then I'm releasing into full Trikonasana triangle pose. Get a bend in the knee, extended side angle, and then slowly reverse your warrior, pause, feel the stretch and the release again. Such goodness. And then moving into half moon. I don't have my block on this side, so all is well. You can use the block. You can hover the hands if you want to play around with balance. Nice, and let's slowly square it off, lifting up nice and tall into our standing splits. And in your own time, stepping back into low lunge and dropping down to the bottom knee. Let's move out the congestion a little bit first, moving forward and back, because I'm feeling congestion again. I know we did this second. But this is what I need right now, so if it feels good to you, go for it. If it doesn't, you can just move right into your low lunge with arms up and overhead. Okay, better. Reaching up. Heart is open, hands come behind the head. Lifting up, leading with the heart space, chin to follow. You can stay as you are, you can release hands behind you. Another chest expansion. Good, and slowly let go. Fingertips come down to the mat, inhale. And we're going to forward and back it again, moving out congestion. And then walking the foot out for a runner's lunge. I'm holding on to some stuff, I tell you. I gotta straighten my leg, shake it out again. Shoo. Good. Find your runner's lunge however you did on the other side, or however it feels best on this side, because this hip may not be as open, it may be more open. So using props if needed. Just enjoying wherever you're at. Close the eyes. Breathe into it. Staying as you are. If you want to take that twist with me, I'm coming up. My right hand's going to stay planted. I'm going to twist open to the left thigh and look back for my foot, grabbing on for a little twist. And then release. Grounding the hands, front foot hits the back. And I'm just going to pedal again because my hips are really tight today. And they just need to release and relax. But feel free to take your chaturanga if you'd like. Or just lift up into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. It's a beautiful day. All right, coming down onto knees, crossing your legs, pulling your feet through. Let's just sit up nice and tall, sitting bones rooted down evenly. We'll just take like 5 or 6 breaths in a boat pose. So toes could be planted, feet could be up, legs could be extended high. Close your eyes and just breathe into it. Notice any strain or stress. How can you ease through that and find comfort along with the challenge? Perfect. Coming down into half boat and all the way down. Get a full body stretch. So we've got some options here. We're going to move into some bridge poses. Bridge and full wheel. But I'd love for you to do more of a restorative. So I want to show you, if you grab that bolster or rolled up blanket, this is a nice way to do a bridge pose or like a modified full wheel. And what you're doing is you're bringing your sacrum onto the bolster and then laying back. And you can stay as you are, right? And you could do this with a block too. It's just kind of nice to have the bolster or a blanket, or a pillow. It's a little bit softer. Now, if you want a little more, just extend either one leg at a time or both legs. And you get this nice little stretch to the front of the body. Through the second chakra, low belly. This area is hard to reach. It's hard to stretch, so this feels really nice and very relaxing. And then just close your eyes and breathe. Now, if you're wanting a little bit different, you can use, I'm going to find the block with my eyes closed. All right, I'm going to take the bolster out. You can lay on, this would be level 1 of your block. You can tip it up a little bit more. This would be level 2 of your block. Or you can go up to level 3. However you want to take it, just like enjoy where you're at. Feel the awakening and the opening and breathe. You can stay just as you are because you're feeling really great, very open. If you want to bring knees into the chest and then feet to the sky, like a modified shoulder stand. We still have some hip openers to go, but this feels really appropriate right now. And I sometimes rock, because I have a soft block. I rock from side to side just a little bit, and I get this nice little massage on my low lumbar. So my hips have been very, very tight over the last month or so, I would say. And that is my body wisdom. I have been feeling scared and uncomfortable for myself and my family as we're moving into fall and winter. And so it shows up in my hips. And for me, the more I ignore it, the louder it gets. And so I'm asking you to just be aware of the areas of your body that are speaking to you. And talk to them, right? Tell them how perfect they are and how much you love them and that they are safe and all is well. Let's take 3 more breaths. Talk to your body like you would a little child, right, that you're caring for. Alright, and gentle release. Moving the block or the bolster out from underneath. Now you can stay on your back and take a figure 4. Maybe that would feel good. Or you can certainly lift up and move into half pigeon. Or any sort of seated hip opener. So this is easy seat. I think that's what I'm going to take today versus half pigeon or cow face. But grounding the sitting bones if you are in seated and then just gently folding. My body's telling me to find as much ease as possible in opening up the hips. It's like trying to get a teenager to talk about something they don't want to talk about. You can try to force them and they're just going to put up a wall, right? Or you can be kind and just ease into conversations and allow the conversation to flow naturally. Same thing with body wisdom. You're just allowing your body, without forcing it, to let you know what's happening and what it needs. Not what you think it needs. What you know it needs. All right, let's take about 4 more breaths on this side. If you're in seated and you want to take a little side bending, that's fine. You want to come up a little early. If you're in half pigeon and you want to take king pigeon, go right ahead. And then easing into either downward facing dog, legs up to the sky if you're on your back, or a little forward fold if you're seated. And then just switching sides. So if you're in easy seat, you're just bringing the opposite leg in front. Find your way. And then just explore this side, how it feels. Deep, deep breath in. Nice passive breath out. Good, all is well. And same thing on this side, taking about 4 more breaths. If you want to come up a little bit early, go right ahead. Maybe taking side bends, king pigeon, depending on where you're at. Good. And then finding your final downward facing dog. For me, I'm just going to stay seated and I'm going to turn my body so I can do a nice forward fold. If you're in your down dog, coming onto knees, crossing legs, pull the feet through. Everybody ending up grounding through the sitting bones, legs extended long. Another nice use for your bolster or your rolled up blankets, pillows to go under the knees for Paschimottanasana or forward fold. Inhale, sitting up tall, and exhale, low fold. Good, gentle release, lifting up. Making sure now that you've got those props close to you because we'll be going into our Shavasana soon. We'll just lay back and take a little supine twist first, and then you'll want to grab your props for heart bed. So knees come into the chest and extending the left leg long. Right knees into the chest, breathe in and exhale, little twist into supine. Arms extended out to a T, shoulders grounded into the earth. Gentle release, knee comes back into the chest, give it a good squeeze. Switch sides. Left knee comes in, inhale, exhale, little twist. Good. Knee comes back into the chest, giving it a good squeeze again. Let's find our happy baby and rocking side to side. Good. And then from here, I'd love to do fish pose before we go into our heart bed. So lifting the hips up, palms facing the mat, thumbs to touch, legs extend out long. Think of the chest rising to the sky, slowly lifting up so you're resting on forearms and the top of the head just brushes the mat. And bringing the spine back to the mat, release the hands. You can stay as you are, do a full body stretch and move into Shavasana. If you'd like to make your heart bed, put your block down, put the bolster or the blanket over that, so there's just a little bit of lift. Scooching the sacrum right up next to your bolster or whatever your support is, lifting up, lifting back, and arms come out for your final resting pose, Shavasana. All is well, all is well, all is well. And as you're in this beautiful heart-opening, restorative pose, ask what your heart desires right now. What does it need? And what can it send out to others? And feel free to stay as long as you'd like in your beautiful heart bed. When you feel ready to move again, slowly rolling onto your side. Finding a place of gratitude. Gratitude is your fastest way of moving into a space of love and calm, raising your vibration. And let's gently come up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Hands come to prayer position, heart center. Guiding the love and light from the heart to the third eye center, may you have peace in your thoughts today. Prayer hands come to your lips, may you have peace in your words. Prayer hands back to the heart, peace in your heart and your actions. Bowing forward to seal in our beautiful practice. Namaste, everyone. And one of my favorite phrases is to go forth in peace to love and to serve. Be the light, friends. Namaste.